Okay, so welcome all. Let's start our session today. And today we are going to tackle the Lean Startup or the business model based on the Lean Startup book by Eric Keys. Uh, and as you can see from the book cover, it's a mandatory reading for entrepreneurs. So if you are going to the market and you are going to compete against others based on your innovation, this is the way you should do. Okay, so as a start, let's have your responses about this session. So, have you attended or listened or read something about business modeling in general? Please scan the QR code and you will have access to the question and let's have your answers. Okay, one yes and one no. That's good. Two no's. Okay, three no's. Interesting. Two yeses. Good. So, for those who have some knowledge about the lean business model or business modeling in general, can you just write in the chat anything you know about it and you give us an intro about it? Of course, it would be great if this is about the lean business model, not the BMC, the business model canvas. And there are different types of business models as well. So, what you know? Uh, Still waiting for others to share. Come on. Okay, let's wait until you type and we'll move forward to our session. Uh, okay, so as I said, the sole purpose of this workshop is to learn how to transform your ideas into an enterprise. Okay, Mariam shared that this is about a company's plan. No, you are talking about something else. We will discuss it in the later session, later in the session. Okay, so stay with me. So as we said, thank you, Mariam, first for sharing. And let's continue. So, as we said, the sole purpose of this workshop is to learn how to transform your ideas from enterprises. Is this something really massive? Yes, it's really massive. As we said yesterday, that the innovation is about going beyond the resources, which is something really, really critical and really, really hard. So, if you want to do it, you should start with something simple. So, what can be so simple but can impact so highly? This is the business model. The business model is simply the story that explains how an enterprise works. And it describes how an organization creates, delivers, and capture what? Value. Remember what we said yesterday? People, people purchase what from your side? People purchase values, not the product. People purchase what you are giving them against money, which is not the product. It is the value that they feel from the product. So, simply, this can be a business model. The business model is the mock-up, is the model, what you are selling and how you create it, and you are selling it to whom. This is simply the business model. It's a small structure that shows how you can build your business. So this is what we expect from you during the challenge, during the cybersecurity challenge or the UAE IoT and AI challenge. So the enterprise, your company, the enterprise is your company, simply should be modeled like that. Why? First, because it should be concise. The business model gives you the opportunity to focus on what matters and what don't. So it's not just a drawing, it's not just a model, but it gives you the opportunity to focus, which is something that it is very important for entrepreneurs and people that comes with new ideas. The second thing is it's shareable. It's something that you can share it with your team, because we do not build enterprises or we do not build the startups without teams. Building startups mainly depends on teams. During my work as an incubator manager, when I see someone that comes alone with an idea and he or she does not have a team, I directly refuse them and reject their idea. This, even if it's the most effective, cost saving, productive, innovative idea, but I directly refuse it. Why? Because if you're coming alone, that means that you were not capable of selling your idea to others to join. So if you are not going to be capable to sell your idea, that means that you will fail, because people will not change money for what you are selling. You cannot capture the value and you cannot sell them their ideas. So it's really very important to give the team the opportunity to build their own startups and to focus on what is important. This is why we keep it simple. Okay. And this is why we need it shareable. Then it must be editable. Why? Because people like to edit. You won't get it first time right. This is not the way that life does. So someone shared something, Haifa. True, but if it's not, it's in concept stage, it's natural to start this way to begin to collect investors. Okay, but investors do not come in the idea stage. Investors will not join you before the MVP stage, before being at the final stage or the last mile of the early stage startups. So if you don't have an MVP, investors will not come, which means that if you have an MVP, it means you're selling. So, and again, since the concept is very important, we need it to be written and in a concise, shareable, editable way that people can discuss. This is why. Okay. So, finally, which is the most important, it gets you to the market faster. So, why do we need to go to the market faster? Anyone can share? Hmm. Who wants to share? Why do we need to go to the market faster? There are plenty of reasons. Okay. So Drasan to get opinions on our idea product. Yeah, that's one. Haifa because of the competitions. Yes, that's two. Because the competitions, yes, getting harder. Yeah. And there is a real root cause for that. Okay, so as mentioned in the book, since this is a learning journey, as soon as you fail and know your mistakes, this means that you will learn more and gain more knowledge. So, going to market faster gives you the opportunity to learn and to adapt and to understand your customer and to know your mistakes early. So, it won't cost you much in that stage. So going to market faster mean that you will gain value faster and you will be able to to capture the needed value faster and earlier, which gives you the real progress and makes you ahead of the race. It eases the competition to you. So it's really, really important to go to the market faster so you can fail faster. This you will listen or hear from others about going to the market faster. So finally, this is what we need as to learn about the business model. These are the four reasons that we use business models first in startup in startup ecosystem. Okay, which bring us to another question: what is the difference between a business plan and a business model? Come on, let's answer this. Let me know the differences between from the point your point of view, just in a word or two, whatever you need. Uh, hmm, Still waiting for answers. Right differences between or from your point of view between the business model and business plan. Come on, you use the application, Haifa. Thank you. I will read your answer, but please use the application. Where it is, I can't find it. Hmm. Come on, guys, scan the QR code and start answering. What are the differences from your point of view between business plans and business models? Plan how to get their model, how to make money. Okay, this is the business plan. Okay, so let me answer this. The business plan, as you can see from the slides here, it's a huge, huge document with a number of papers and the number of sections, which really goes to every and each detail about your business with numbers, with focus, and it gives the know how of the business. However, the business model is just a snapshot of your business. It gives the sudden uh, image of the business. So you go to there and you have it in a concise one paper, one form, and we can see it later. Okay. Okay. So let's have this question. Why do startups fail? What are the reasons that startups fail? What do you think? Come on, scan your QR code. Hmm. Okay, so I will answer this as well. So startups fail. Okay, there are a few answers here. They fail to deliver the outcome. That's good. Poor planning. Do agree. Lack of planning. Can't agree more. Okay, I'm sorry. Lack of proper team market opinion. Research on your buyers and need for your solution. Okay. Customers are not satisfied. Can't agree more. What else? As you can see, there are plenty of reasons, but they all impact in one root cause, which is that you failed to understand your customer needs, even through the poor planning and the lack of planning. You didn't understand what does the customer need and what are the values that they need. And voila, this is the main reason. In the lean startup method, we discussed it yesterday and I will discuss it again today. You start with an idea. Through the idea, you build something. You build something to test your business model. What you build turns out to be a product. Then you go to the market to measure, to fail fast. Based on that, you get data, and based on the data, you start learning. But you can't start learning unless you have something first to measure, a benchmark. So this is the importance of the idea to product part. As much as you go fast between the ideas to the product, as much as fast you will learn more. Then, based on what you learned, what you have learned, you go to modify your idea. Okay, so the idea starts here with the business model. This is the need for the business model. Based on the business model, you can build your product, you can go to the market fast to avoid being in a complex plan situation. Okay, and to facilitate planning. Most of the people think that to have a good plan depends on how much documents that you have, which is not. This is not right way. What you have to do is to visualize things correctly. You can have a word which is the summary of all of your actions that you need to do. Okay, so let's change this here. Let's agree on that. Before we go to the business model and we start our business model, do you have anything to say or to ask about? Let's stop for 1 minute and give you the opportunity to write down your answers if you have. If you don't, we will continue. Okay, let's do it. So this is the business model based on the lean. It has its differences from the BMC, the business model canvas. All the business models started from the business model canvas, BMC. You can search for it, you will find a lot of material about it. But for the startups, especially for the startups that in the digital age, I prefer this one. Okay, I prefer to use the lean business model because the lean business model helps you to start with the problem. You need to define the problem well. What are the existing alternatives? How to make it? How to do it? What does your customer need? And in that, I will help you through the problem statement. So to write the top three problems, you need to understand this. And I will give you the opportunity to fill it with me. Okay. For the context, when does the problem occur? What do you think? When do we have the problem that you are going to solve? Let's give you 1 minute to write it down. And if you can share it through the chat, this would be good. Okay, you can give me examples of the context of your problem if you want. Okay, so I will repeat the question again. You are solving a certain problem, or you are developing a certain device or a certain solution. What does this device or solution solves? What is the problem? So, for the context of the problem, when does the problem that you're trying to solve happens? Okay, so Marim said, uh, when you fail to meet the goal, not actually. So let's have an example. Let's have an example. So when we invented the cell phones, the mobile phones, what was the context? I think the context was that we were trying to reach others, but we couldn't unless we have a phone and we know their place, right? So if you can't, this is the context. The problem, what is the root cause of the problem? The root cause is that the people are always moving, people are always on the track, people are always, and life always changes. So this is the problem. Okay, so the customers there, I think it was mainly for the business. So we were searching for businessmen. The alternatives there, I think that customers back then, they had the prepaid phones, they have the street phones, the kiosks. These were the alternatives, but and the following is the shortcoming is that you will have to know or identify the exact place of the other person. Okay, what does this do as an impact? Emotional or quantifiable? Emotional, it feels like you don't know or you don't construct a real knowledge about the other person's life, and you can reach him or her, which affects you. For the quantifiable, I think you can miss a lot of business opportunities. You can think about it. So this is how you get the problem statement, and based on this, you can write the top three problems that you can tackle. So first one is the location of others. Second one is the business opportunities that you're missing. The third one is the accessibility. I think is that you are accessible, that people can reach you. Okay, these are the top three problems. Then we start to write the solution. So the solution is that we create a device that makes you accessible and gives you the opportunity to access others and to be stay and to stay connected. Okay, these are the top three features. Why only three features? Because as you can see, Google itself, it developed a lot of products, software and hardware. However, when you talk about Google itself, you just share it's a search engine. You do not discuss it more, and you are not referring to Google as anything but a search engine. Okay? So this is the importance. The importance is to focus. And if Google develops anything or purchase or acquire any other company, it should work based on a search engine model. Okay? So this is what the business model does to your business. It keeps you focused. It gives you the opportunity to focus on the three features that are the main and the important for your customer. So you do not develop anything else. Okay. Okay. So any questions? Would I'm sorry, I was talking. I'm sorry for that. So I think I need to talk again from this. So from the problem side, we go to the solution. The solution should discuss top three features. Why? Okay. So thank you. You heard everything. Okay. So I go directly to answer Mariam's question. So there should be a valid reason behind your business. Yes, you need to have a valid business idea, and the reason behind it, the reason can be it saves us a lot of trouble, or it gives us a lot of luxury, so or easy life. So no one will purchase anything unless it makes its life easier or enhances its life. Okay, so which gets us to the most important box from my point of view, which is the unique value proposition. Okay, Mira, I have a question regarding the competition. Okay, we can answer the competition questions, but at the end, not now. Okay, for the unique value proposition, it should be it should be single, clear, and compelling message that states why you are different and worth buying. Check the word, it's unique value proposition. And this is one of the differences between the lean startup business model canvas and the regular business model canvas. It should be a high level concept. Okay. So make sure to write it down like that. As an example, you can write down YouTube, okay, or a Flickr for videos, something that says what are you good at, okay. Why this is important? And this is going to be a surprise to you. The first one, the first logo, it's VEP, which is Danish company startup. Um, can you guess what is the business of VEP? Come on, and I will give you the opportunity to guess anything from your mind. Okay, kitchenware. Yeah, they have part of that. I think you opened the website. Okay, let me take you through their website and show you their products. I will share the screen again here and give you. Uh, Let me share this screen. Will only take a second. Okay, they have a number of products, but they start selling what? Bins. Check them out. Check the price. They did 285 sterling pound on euros, something like that. They have a collection. So why do people purchase this kind of pens? It's very expensive. Why do we need them? Check this. Really, the $95 or euros, whatever. This is really expensive. So why do we do this? Because people are not purchasing these pens as if they are regular pens. They purchase them because they are part of the decoration of their houses. So the material, the finish, the things these work, and you can see the photos or the images, they are not regular pens. Okay, so this is one thing. Let me show you the next video, which is defines how iPhone and Apple works. Okay, let me share this. So this is how Apple actually does business. So they everything we do, we believe in sharing the status quo. We believe in thinking differently. This is how we operate, and this is what we do. So as you can see, what he said here, people don't buy what you do, people buy why you do it. This is the reason what you are comfortable to buy the iPod. People were comfortable to buy the iPod, but they didn't buy the MP3 from Dell. Check this out. So this is the core. This is the core of our 2 day session. You need to understand your customers' focus. You need to understand the values of your customers. You need to understand their pains. And based on that, you can construct your business model. Of course, you can check the whole video, the whole session. It's how great leaders inspire actions. You can check them out on the TED Talks website. I'll go back again to our session. Uh, I think I shared the screen. Yeah. Okay. So again, this is why we need the unique value proposition. You cannot start a startup without a unique value proposition. Okay. Any questions? Any questions? We just took 3 blocks. Okay. I think we can have 10 minutes break. And if you have any questions later on, I will take them before we start the next blocks. The most important thing about this session is that this is a tool. The business model canvas, anything we explain here, any templates that we give you, they are just they are just tools. So if you don't understand and know how to use the tool properly, you won't get the right results. Okay. So thank you. Let's have 10 minutes break. I think there's a question. When do we have to present our business ideas? I think in the Canadian University, I don't remember quite well the date, but I think it's something in 12th of October, something like that. Okay, so let's have 10 minutes break and come back to our session. Thank you all. Okay. So hi all, came back. Okay. So to recap what we were discussing, we said that the most important thing is about the business model is that it gives us the opportunity to capture the value. Okay. So Mira was asking if we said we wanted to create an app, would it be required to present a fully functioning app, or can we just to present a simple prototype? I think in this stage, the prototype would be more enough because you have an idea and you cannot go to the idea unless you have the app or the I'm saying the prototype. So the more developed it is, the more you gain opportunity to win. So it's better to have the prototype at least. Okay, so you can present the prototype. This is what we expect. Okay, so let's go to the second thing, the fourth box, which is the customer segments. Who are you going to develop this for? Who are your early adopters? Who else wants your product? And in this, I have two examples. One we discussed yesterday, but the second one is really, really something that went um, and went in a direction that was not expected. So in Egypt, the first advertisement or the first ad on the TV was about Perceived Black was made by a famous actress called Ghada Adel, and she was trying to sell the Perceived Black for women that wear soiree, that wear dresses. But each and every woman here knows that dresses, expensive dresses, are not going to be washed out in their houses, in their washing machines. It needs to be dry cleaned. This is why Persil started, or Unilever, the owner of Persil brand, Henkel, started to sell Persil wear in the GCC. They started selling the Persil in the GCC so that women there wears their local dresses, which is mainly made from black, and they will aim for that. Then they tried to sell it again in Egypt, but for a different customer segment, which is women in the rural areas, and they had to change the whole package because women in the rural areas wear black dresses that covers their main dress and keeps it tidy and clean. So, as much as black as what she's wearing, as much as it shows how caring she is and how beauty she is. So, having the right customer segment is really crucial and really important for women, or sorry, for your business. Sorry. Then we go to the fifth box, which is about the unfair advantage. If you are a business or startup that focuses on innovation, you should have unfair advantage to continue competing. If you don't, this will be a real challenge because most of the people will start or copying you as soon as you have a little glimpse of success. So it's really important that you focus to have the unfair advantage, something that others cannot copy easily. It can be copied, but not easily. So you have a limited competition. Okay. As you can see, this is what happened to Uber. and Facebook. Haifa, will there be mentioning of business plan today? Actually, no. We are focusing today on business model and the business pitch. So if you have something that you want to ask about the business plan, I think it will be in the business pitch. This is what we can talk about. Okay. So Facebook, what why don't we have much Facebooks? Why don't we have competitors? More than five or six or seven even competitors to Facebook. We only have Facebook, Twitter or X, and LinkedIn, and what Instagram, which is also owned by Facebook. Why don't we have many Facebooks? Sure, I will give you at the end of the session an example about the business plan and what is the differences with the business model. Sure. But now, why don't we have different Facebooks? Despite it's easy to do, and despite it's easy to get a website like Facebook. But you know what's hard to copy and to do on Facebook, which is the unfair advantage, was the database of Harvard School that they started with. This was the real unfair advantage. And now people won't risk their most valuable asset, which is the network they have on Facebook, to just start using another network without knowing is it good or bad. So you have more than 1,000, even 2,000 friends on Facebook. You won't risk that just to try something new. This is the unfair advantage of Facebook. It's not something technological. It's not something that is really hard to do, but it's really unfair. Then we go to the sixth box, which is about the channels. How you are going to sell or distribute your product or your service, how you are going to reach your customer, how you're really going to reflect your unique value proposition to the channels you use. And I think we discussed Saludo yesterday, which was really important example for that. On the other side, we have the revenue streams. What are the potential revenue streams you have? How you are going to gain money, what you are going to sell, how you are going to sell it. You must mention this here. This is an example of the business model of Amazon. This is the breakdown of the revenue model. This is how they get money. As you can see, they gain the most of their revenue from the online stores. Then they get the second thing from their third party selling services. So it's important just to define at least the percentage you are tackling or you are going for. Okay. Okay. The last one is the cost structure. And as you can see, we're talking about structure. We are not tackling figures or real numbers as much as we need your focus to know which which is going to be the most expensive or the most cost consuming part of your business model. So is it the channels or what the product itself? Is it the marketing? What is really going to consume your money? As you can see, this is an example of how you can structure your costs. Finally, and at last but not least, you need to write down what are the key matrices, the key activities that you will measure to know if you are successing or not. So if you're getting money, you're getting leads, you're getting hits on your records, what you are going to measure to know if you are right, if you are on the right path or not. So if you can share examples of the key matrices, this will be good. Hmm, I think it's hard for you. Some of you didn't yet know what they are going to do. Okay, number of sales you're sharing on chat. Okay, number of sales per a certain period of time. Yeah, sure. This is one of the greatest greatest key matrices. And someone shared its gross margin. Definitely, it's the gross profit margin. Yeah, definitely. This is one. Number of active users. Yeah, this is huge when you're doing website or something in e-commerce. Number of active users is a good metrics. What else? Number of subscribers, definitely. Hmm, what again? Let's think. Let's think. Revenue changes by year, which is number of sales, of course. Maybe also cost optimization. Also number of new customers or subscribers. It was mentioned. Net profit. Yeah, sure. It's the main one. We are all eager to have the net profit in positive, of course. Yes. Maybe when you are selling offline, so the number of branches that you have or outlets you have, maybe this satisfaction level. Yeah, but how you can measure satisfaction level? This is the hardest question. The customer satisfaction, yes, but how you can measure it? Through feedbacks, definitely. But I mean, what are the key features or matrices that reflects the customer satisfaction? So you'll find yourself at the end discussing key matrices. This was my question. Maybe number of complaints, repeated purchases from one customer. Yes, definitely. Definitely. You all have a lot of good ideas to share. Okay, thank you for that. This is the Q&A, so I will give you the opportunity to ask any questions about the session. Then we will have 2 to 3 minutes till we start discussing the pitching session. Okay, write down your questions. I will be more than happy to answer them. Your question was about, let me, Haifa, what's business plan with an example? Okay, I will get you an example. Let me search my computer. I think I'm having another session. Yeah, I do. About business plan. Have another. Uh, I will have to stop sharing this one and exit. Okay. Okay. First, before Haifa, we had a question about where can we find the business model canvas. Oh, okay. You just search for it, see, and you will find it. Let me share my screen and let you check it out. Okay, so business model canvas. And you can find a lot of templates. This is the business model canvas. Even it's on Wikipedia. This is the main template from Strategizer. And what I was sharing was the business, sorry, lean model canvas. You can find it here. Okay, for the business plan, I don't know if it's downloaded or not yet. Yes, okay. So I will go through it quickly, but I will not be able to define a lot of it, but I will show you the sections. Um, I'll share my screen and do it quickly. Okay. Can you see the screen? Yeah. So for the business plan, it starts with an executive summary, which is 1 or 2 pages. It contains the executive summary contains the introduction, what is the management team, a market summary about the marketing mix, what do we sell, what is the price, the place, how to we promote it, and what are our goals and objectives, what is the timeline to meet, and a glimpse of the financials. Just a summary for the financial tables. Of course, it tackles, I think, at least 3 years. Okay. Then we go to the second section, which is about business overview and marketing. Start with the analysis. So you just explore the horizon about the business. So you conduct SWOT analysis, pastel, and maybe the five force supporter. You discuss the market size and growth. So you can find these interesting words about the TAM, SAM, and SOM. Finally, you're selecting your channels and discuss them really in details, and you show your sales funnel. The third section is about operations, how you can operate and how you can uh, develop your product or service. So, what are the channels and what is your model, distribution model? Do you have inventory or not? What are the legalities, which is the fourth section? It's more important because if you have an IP, something to protect your idea. Finally, the final section is the financial statements in details. So this is what is business plan about.
Can you
Okay.
please show the screen of
Uh,
the inventory? I just missed it. Just the inventory. 1 second, please.
okay. Who was talking to me? I was.
أنا هيفا.
This is a surprise. This is a
Okay.
surprise.
Okay. Yeah.
I
All
thought
right.
everyone was muted. Okay. Welcome. So this is the inventory.
All right. Thank you. Thank you very much. بس على السريع يعني introduction لها. This is everything basically. This is sums up how a business, what is a business plan and what is it about, صح?
Yes, and in details, the more detailed plan or the more detailed documents you have, the more interested investors you will have.
Okay. يعني the project manager prepares the business model as well as the business plan. These are the key parts of any project.
Yeah, the business model is the main responsibility for the whole team. The whole concept, the whole business idea concept is the whole team's responsibility, not one. But for the business plan, it is divided into sections. So you will have the main project manager, or in this case, the CEO or the founder, who will have each one in his section. So the one who's responsible for the marketing will have the part of the marketing mainly, and for the one who has the operations, we will have the operations part and the financials. Then the executive summary is a collective effort between the team.
All right. Okay. Thank you very much.
More than welcome. Okay. Let me take the questions one to another. Are we presenting in the business model format or it will be a business plan? We will answer this in the minutes when we talk about the pitch. How many minutes do we have to present? I think 5. You will have 5 to present and 5 to answer questions. Could we get the PPT? It's easy to get, yeah, I think, and you will find them on my SlideShare channel. Just search with this name, and you will find them all. Okay, let me prepare the other session. You have the PowerPoint, the business pitch. Okay, so I'm sharing my screen now. Okay, this is me. And let's start our session about the pitching, which is a real master skill you should have in developing your business. And I will tell you why. First, let's have the answer to this question. What is common between a media presenter, a religious man, a news reader, and a sports commentator? What is the real common between them all? Write me in the chat. They all go on TV. Yes, which means that they are all successful, right? And they all are good presenters, and they really delivers the idea. Yes, they are persuasive because they are good at their work. So what is common between them is that they know how to sell the idea. They give you the proper answer to all your questions, and they grabs your attention. So this is common. Despite that, every one of them has his own unique presentation skill or way. So this is what's important to know. Your presentation skills, your pitch deck should be a unique thing. It's not something with a template, okay? It's something that you bring based on your own. And the most impressive sellers is the people that they know why they sell this and how they sell this, okay? So okay, I'm sorry I was talking and muted. Um, What is an elevator pitch? What is the common between elevator pitch and the presentation? The main idea of this is that the main idea about the elevator pitch and the normal presentation and why we would like you to have this presentation in a 5 minutes, because when we talk about money and talking about investors and people that needs your help, they don't have much time. So you need to be focused, you need to be precise, and you need to deliver your idea in a simple, quick way. This is why we call this presentation mode an elevator pitch. Okay, so this is a sales tool, a communication tool, a teaching tool. The idea behind came from meeting an investor in an elevator that goes to the 30th floor, and you have the time to talk to him, what you are going to say, and how you are going to say it, and how you are going to be persuasive so that he gives you time to sell your idea. But, but there is a key trick here. It's in the definition. It's designed to just get a conversation started. So you are not selling through the pitch or what you are doing. You are just buying the attention of your judges, your saplings, your investors, so that they get more interested and try to have more questions about your idea. Okay, so this is important. The sales, this is not just to sell. You will not close a deal in 5 minutes. You are not winning the competition in 5 minutes. Or so what you're going to do in 5 minutes, you are just giving them the attraction that will allow them to ask interesting questions within the next 5 questions. Okay, the 5 minutes, sir. So, what are the characteristics? We are talking about the 9 C's. You can see them there. It has to be concise, clear, compelling. So, don't say that you don't have competitors. You will have competitors, even though if the idea is novel and new, it still will have competitors or alternatives, as we saw in the problem canvas earlier. And it should be credible, conceptual. You need to sell the concept itself, and it needs to be concrete, that you tested and know what you are saying or talking about. It needs to be consistent, customized, and conversational. Okay. Do we have to keep with a brief idea? Yes, definitely. It will have to be concrete and consistent and conceptual. So you need to have the brief one idea. What is the content? How you are going to fill it? First, you need to show what is the pain, what is the problem, what do you really solve. And I mean it. You will have to give really, really the feeling that there is a pain in the market and you will answer that. Then, what is the solution? What you are selling here? Okay, Mariam was saying, does it have to be fully functional and do we have to show the features? At least you should show a demo. Okay, at least. This is what we are going to say, the product demo. So here you are just giving an overview about the solution. Then what is the product demo? What, how it works, and how we are going to press buttons or just using the vocals. Then the content. You need to show the market size? What is the total addressable market? The whole potential you are going to sell to the whole MENA region. This can be your TAM. What is the SAM? So the people that they can actually serve and you can actually sell them. I think this is going to be, as an example, part of the GCC or the GCC itself. Finally, what is the real market or the early adopters? The sum, the serviceable, obtainable market. Okay. Then how it's going to get bigger and who are your competitors. Okay. This is a good way to present your competitors and why. And of course, this is important. Don't you ever take right or say that you are solving everything. You should have shortcomings. This is important. If you don't, this will be your shortcoming, is that you don't know what are your weakness points. Okay, Abdullah, I have a question. When will the application link be sent? I don't know actually, but I think within this week. Okay, so again, for the competition, you need to show the competition and what is the difference between you and them. Finally, within this section, how we are going to market, how you are going to sell, who are your uh, who are your partners that you will rely on. For Mariam, so we need to show our disadvantages. Maybe not mainly disadvantages, but you need to show that you are not answering for everything and you know how to deal with your disadvantages. Yes, and how we improve them. Yes. Then we use the financials, and for the financials sections, you need to show how you are getting revenue, the profits, and the costs. Of course, you will discuss the operations during this part. I think this is what we talked about for this section. Okay, and if you have any questions about the pitch, I will be here to answer your questions. Okay, I think we will conclude today. If you have questions, how many finalists will be chosen? As far as I know, three only per each track. So you will be competing to get ahead for three only. How many auditions does the competition have? Uh, if you mean by auditions, pitch presentations, I think one. Because based on UAE, the IoT, the AI challenge, and also the cybersecurity challenge, both of them uh, will have only one presentation, and then if you win, you will be selected to compete against the whole Arab region with different people from or teams from Egypt, UAE, I think Tunisia, Algeria, and Bahrain. I think I don't remember the whole countries. Okay, HEPA, where can we find all the PPT? You can find them on my slide share. You can find this link. This is directs you to my channel, my SlideShare channel, directly. How many people on the team will be able to present? This is left for the team, but as an advice, no more than two. How many slides should it be there? There is no mentioned numbers, but also as an advice, you have 5 minutes. So just give, yeah, just 10 slides, I think, 10 to 15 slides maximum. 10 slides would be good. Yeah, you need to have a team and you need to present the team. Of course, also you need to add the ask. You need to know or to finalize your presentation with an ask. You need to send a message to the judges or investors or whoever that you have in the pitch to talk about what you need from them. How many people on the team will be able to present? We answered this. How many slides? We answered this. Can you send it in the chat? The link? Yeah, sure, I will do. 1 minute. Okay, I am sending this to the chat now. Where is the chat? Interesting. I can find it. Here it is. Okay, it's in the chat. Okay, what else? Do we need to have a team name? Yes, of course, or team positions. Not just not as roles, but who's responsible for what. So you don't need to name someone as a financial director or the CFO, but at least you need to show that they are the people who brings the finance sense to the team. Are there any documents that we should carry with us besides the pitch? I don't think so, unless it really helps you present or make your case. This is important. No, the business plan is not important, but you will develop part of it because you will present. So you don't need to have them in your hand, but you know you need to show them in the presentation. You need to take us through a storyboard. You need to present your idea as if you are just telling us the story behind your business. It's really important. So, storytelling is really important in that matter. Okay. Can we present as a group and not just two people presenting? Yes, you will need to show your team, but as an advice, I really advise you not to present with more than two because it will consume a lot of time and you will not have the time to present between 5 people, 4 people. This will consume a lot of time. Okay, again, what else? Deadline for what? For sending the presentation or what? I don't know. Should we make a 3D model? Of course, if you can make a 3D model, this would be good. This is the prototype. Where can we submit the presentations? I think there will be a link sent. I think that the presentations will be, the deadline will be mentioned when they send the link. What else? More questions you have? Okay. Um, Thank you all for today. I hope it was good for you. And if you need something else or you need to discuss something more, you can reach out through my channel, send me messages. You'll find me on LinkedIn, and I will be waiting for helping you. Thank you all for today. I think we can conclude now and leave the session. Thank you. Bye and have a nice day. Thank you. Bye.